So slow motion's on the radio right now. Isn't that funny? So I wanted to mention about the songs. I did a couple shorts yesterday, and Slow Motion is by Bruno Mars. I'm not a fan of Bruno Mars, but I love the song. So I put one on there. And then the other song is Ordinary by Alex Warren, and I've never heard of him either. And I don't follow him either, but his song Ordinary was really catchy, about the sanctuary. And what's even funnier is if you watch the video, it's about a girl doing laundry at the laundromat. And that is my entire life. I spend more time at the laundromat, and it's just funny. All my life, I've just really been a laundromat type of girl, and that video really hit home. So we've got Alex Warren, Ordinary, Bruno Mars with Slow Motion. And so lately, the songs that I've been putting out are really mellow. That's the energy, too. I remember a few months back, we had, Iron Maiden, Metallica, um, Black Sabbath. But right now, the energy is real mellow and it's real ballad type. I've mentioned to you, AC/DC has a ballad called Love Song, and you would never believe it was AC/DC. So we're going to go ahead and do some of Tasha's guidance cards. I also wanted to mention too about the regressions. I just mentioned Ivan and Askana because that's who I used. You guys do whatever the Spirit tells you to do, but do. See, that's what I'm getting at. I'm getting at self-appraisal, yesterday's energy. We need to find out who we are to finish our mission. Now, you can sit around and wait for the solar flash to activate your DNA, and you can sit around and keep thinking that the thoughts that you have, oh, I think I'm so and so, are just nonsense, because that's all matrix. The matrix wants to keep you dumbed down. Okay? So you do whatever you want, but I say follow your higher self and go down the rabbit hole. Okay, bottom of the deck. Signs, synchronicities, triple numbers, and nature. So all of that is what we're talking about. We're talking about the synchronicities, nature, triple numbers. Right now it's 6:11 on the clock. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it means it's 6:11 in the morning. Yeah, but then you take your phone and you Google 6:11 and you see what the Spirit wants to tell you. Okay, so we can go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and see what 6:11 means. Suggesting embracing new opportunities, nurturing relationships, and cultivating positive thinking. It's a message from your angels to trust your intuition and believe in your ability to manifest your desires. The number also highlights the importance of nurturing relationships and expressing love. Here's a more detailed breakdown. New beginnings and possible changes, positive changes. Now, I keep saying possible instead of positive. So once again, that's just telling me that it's possible, but it's not going to happen if you stay negative. It's not going to stay happening if you don't get your regressions. It's not going to be possible if you stay in the mindset of that's nonsense. Okay? 6:11 is a sign of fresh starts and positive shifts in your life. Trust your intuition. The number encourages you to listen to your inner voice and trust the guidance it provides. 6:11 suggests that you are on the path 2, manifesting your desires and creating a beautiful, bright future. The appearance of 611 often highlights the importance of nurturing your relationships and expressing love. It signifies the importance of finding balance between your spiritual and material needs. We've been talking a lot about balance. The number emphasizes the power of your thoughts and encourages you to maintain a positive mindset. So once again, that's how easy it is to get a message from your angels. That's how easy it is. How many of you do it? How many of you see a number out of the corner of your eye, on a license plate, on the phone, on your TV set, and you look it up and you get a message? How many of you think that's nonsense? Okay, you see the difference? All right. Underneath the signs and synchronicities is make a wish because a wish is coming. How many of you think wishes are nonsense? How many of you actually make wishes to your higher self and your guides? Okay? How many of you? Okay. Why I keep saying that is because I have this feeling when you're watching me that some of you are Thomases, doubting Thomases, and maybe you'll find out that you are Thomas from the Bible. But what I'm saying is a lot of you are doubting. That's got to go. Okay? If I would have got the regression, and if you listen to the video, it's pretty wild. And it's like, and I could have just said, well, that's just bullshit. Okay? I could have not even got the regressions. See what I'm saying? How far you want to go backwards? Okay, rewind the tape, rewind the tape. You know, I could have just woke up and said, woe is me, my partner's dead, and well, he's in the 5D, and I'm just going to give up. Or I could have took one foot and put it in front of the other and said, okay, what do I have to do next? Next hour, right? The regressions are my throat chakra. They don't want me to talk. See, they don't want you to do this. Don't find out who you are. Don't get happy. Oh, stay in grieving, stay in doubting, stay in fear. See, that's what we don't want. No negativity. I walked outside this morning and it smelled like something was burning. So I looked around and I don't see nothing, but you can smell the smoke. So obviously something's burning. First thing that came to my mind was gratitude. My house is not on fire at the moment, right? Okay. Second thought that came in my mind, pray for the situation. Okay. And then the third thought that came in my mind was, what would you do if it was your house on fire? Okay, and the reason I bring that up is because we kind of have to have a plan in our mind of what we would do. That's called preparation, that's called preparedness. But you can't really do anything except control your emotions. So if it would happen, you would try to control your emotions and do the next step. And that's what you have to do, like in the situation that I was talking about, where Christmas night you get the phone call saying that your partner's never coming home, and the next day you have to get busy living in the solution, not in the problem. And the reason I'm bringing this stuff up is because Spirit wants me to share what worked for me. Now, if you're watching my video, you can see that I'm very positive. I'm very high vibed. And if you guys know me personally, you know that that's authentically the case 24/7. Okay? So I'm not on here fake in any way. I don't use no filters. I'm always authentic, never edited, anywhere I am. Okay, so the little bit of makeup I put on, the little bit of eyeliner or blush or lipstick is just because I enjoy it. not to change my looks. It's to just enhance it. But I'll look at you with no makeup on, it doesn't matter. So the point I'm trying to make is what made me get to the point that I'm at after all that I've been through. And you got to remember also, I'm a demon slayer on multiple levels. So even sleeping is quite eventful, to say the least. If you want what we have, you must do what we do. Another slogan from the AA program. Also, I wanted to tell you that the AA program changed my thinking to the better. And I know it's a program, but I was in the matrix and I needed a program. And that is the only program that I will recommend on the planet is the AA program. And it changes your thinking. I wanted to mention a story about how the last time I ever stole anything, I was about 9 months, 6 months, I'm going to say 6 months sober in the AA program. And I was a waitress. It must have been 9 months. Yeah, I'm going to say about 9 months. The whistle song's on. Remember that always comes on when I'm talking? A Lot More Free by Max McNown. On right now. Okay, so I took the money from the coffee that the man purchased. I was a waitress, and I put it in my pocket instead of ringing it up on the till like it was a tip, 50-cent tip, right? And when I was in the AA meeting at the time, they were talking about stealing, about being honest. And I said to myself, that's actually stealing from the company. That's taking that 50 cents and not ringing it up. That's putting it in my pocket. And from that day on, I never stole again. I never cheated on my partner. I never lied. I never did any of that stuff because the AA program changed my way of thinking. So for 30 years, when I say to you that I've been clean of everything, I mean it. And of course, it goes in increments. You don't turn into a saint overnight, but they call me Saint Rebecca. Alex does. Hi, Alex, if you're out there. But what I'm trying to say is that I took my qualities, my good assets. What do you get when you sober up a drunken horse thief? Still a horse thief. So I took my good attributes and I put them into positive, my bad attributes into positive. So I can still be a great waitress. I just need to make money for the company. I can still be a good wife, but without the alcohol, I won't be cheating. I can still be a good person and just be authentic and tell it how it is. Now, that doesn't make you a lot of friends. I'm not going to say I had tons of friends coming to me because I would tell you where to bear shit in the woods, and I still do. But that's okay. There are downfalls to being openly and honestly authentic. Now, I know I went off on a tangent there, but it was really important because that's where I'm trying to get you guys. I'm trying to get you guys to a saint level. And then I heard somebody laughing right now thinking that it couldn't happen to them. Well, you should have saw me when I came into AA. This shirt says Wicked. This is the W from the Wicked tour. I don't know if you can see the back of the shirt. But I wasn't, my nickname was Rage, and I was a stray cat that lived on the streets of all the big towns. So you figure out my personality and who I was when I came into AA in 1995. Okay, under Make a Wish, get more connected, meditate, and spend time in nature. So you got 2 nature cards and exactly what I said about going in and finding out who you are. Who are you? Who are you? Okay? Then we need an ego death on top. How fitting is that, huh? Exactly what I was talking about. Ego is easing God out and you running the show. We need an ego death, just what needed to happen. Quit being immoral with no integrity. Childhood trauma needs to get healed. All of this happened when I went through that program for 30 years. Ego death, immoral, no integrity, childhood traumas healed. Toxic workspaces. I had to get out of strip clubs and bars and rock and roll bands and get into waitressing at the local IHOP. Because why? Because a tower moment was coming and I was going through a sudden change, and it was either going to put me in prison or it was going to put me on the right path. And I just read an article about a girl from my hometown, 21 years old, stabbed another girl to death over a drug deal argument, wakes up in jail, and she's probably never going to get out. Okay, what a waste, 21 years old. Okay, but that's her soul contract, so all we do is pray for her. Air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, for those that follow that. Reconciliation, watch for red flags. So did anything I say trigger a red flag? Anything at all? If I triggered some kind of red flag, please check into it. Also, if you get regressions, you can ask. The main thing we ask our higher self is, who were we in our past lives? We want to know how we can change in this life, what our future mission is. Those are some of the questions you can ask in your life regression, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we've got relocating. There is a physical move coming. And redirect your thoughts to positive thinking. So that's just going right back to the beginning where we talked about being positive. I'm going to leave it right there with her cards because I think you get the first part of this message. It's staying positive. It's the rubber band just broke. It's staying positive, and it's saying, okay, we want to get a regression. We want to find out who we were, what we're doing now, and where we're going. And that's going to help you. It's kind of like an astro when I take you guys into the Akashic records and we rework on your soul contract, but then you wake up and you can't remember. So that's what we're doing right now. You're getting somebody that can channel your higher self. So when they ask you who you want to channel, ask to channel your higher self, okay? Also, with Ascana, she just brings in your higher self. And the whole video, when you watch my video under the video tab, that's actually me talking to me. It's not her talking to me. And I cannot post my Ivan Teller regression, but I can email it. And I did email it to Susan, and then she got one, and she just said, you know, who was I in my past life? And I want to know. And they told her. And she wanted to know about her family here in the present. And they told them. The higher self told her. And now she wants to go deeper and probably get one from Ascana. So good vibes was overturned in the deck. Bottom of the deck, success. Success. Good vibes and success, okay? Power. And the power is over yourself. The power is over your own emotions. The power is over your negativity. Anytime you're angry, negative, doubtful, lack of confidence, all of that is matrix bullshit. Mr. Poole says, what comes next is not invasion. Just came up on my film there. Okay, so then we've got sensitivity and purpose, meaning you can't let the sensitivity destroy your purpose. In AA, we had a saying about don't be too sensitive. You can't afford to be sensitive because we have a purpose. Remember when I said I didn't have a lot of friends because I was very blunt? I was very authentic. My husband used to say uncouth. Uncouth means not tactful. Okay, but the point is that I was on a mission, and I wasn't also, I wasn't going to lay down and just take what the AA program said. And you don't have to, because AA says a God of your own understanding, and it also says take what you like and leave the rest. And it lets you do your own changing. It doesn't tell you what to do. You just share your experience, strength, and hope. So the main thing that you heard, though, was you can't be too sensitive. You heard that a lot. You have to be like a duck and let the shit roll off your back. And I said in one of my very first AA meetings, again, within the first year, I can't wait to be like a duck and let things roll off my back. And today, I am Mama Duck. Okay, you're totally protected, and you hear that a lot, but many of you don't believe it. Okay? Willie just jumped up here, and he says, believe it. You are protected. He protects me all the time. Our animals protect us. Our animals protect us. So thank you, Willie. And I'm actually where he sits when he protects me all night. He likes to lay up here and look out the window. It's called the catbird seat. Yeah, the catbird seat. So we're going to go ahead and end it here because Willie says I've been ranting and raving long enough and you got the message, is what Willie says. So thank you guys for listening. I am Miss Mystic.